What you been up to? What you been up to, man?
Dude, okay. I'm a tour guide for my university now, and I'm trying to memorize a entire 2-hour long tour script. That sucks. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Because I'm only on section 1 of 10, and it already makes me want to just pull my hair out of my own head because of how horribly corny it is. Like, I have to
Well, it's gonna be corny. I mean, you're essentially doing work advertising for the university. So
No, I knew that, but it feels so so unnecessary. Like, I feel like I can get across the same message without some of these lines in the script just telling me oh, gonna meet Ozzy the whatever, I'm like, dude,
yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Do you think other tour guides do that? Like, I mean, do you have to follow a script? You have to. Because at my university, it's very much oh yeah, just show them around the place, and you can obviously they have to say some things, but it's not very, I don't know.
Just show them around.
I feel like tour guides say different things. Yeah, just show them around, tell them the good stuff, and that's about it.
Show them around, because we have specific routes we have to go on. We have certain things we have to say at certain locations, completely memorized too. And I have my first exam for it tomorrow, and I'm missing one little section.
You have an exam for it? Oh my god.
How it works, no joke, is you have to take 2 tests on each section, verbal tests. You have to go through the tour, and it adds on. It's cumulative. So whenever you're testing on section 1, you just do section 1. But then when you have section 2, you're doing section 1 and 2. So it's smart. So it's very redundant and everything. So it's supposed to get into your head and everything. But I can tell by section 4 or 5, I'm gonna probably be found in the river. So it's gonna be.
I think you'll do fine. That is stressful though. That is very stressful.
Especially with me changing my major and everything. It's been a lot of change so quickly, and I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair.
Yeah, especially.
What'd you change it to again?
I'm a psych major now, obviously, mentally ill.
All right.
So
that's epic.
It's
Love
perfect.
That.
It's perfect, right? You're still CS, right?
I'm still computer science. I did think about recently. I've considered changing it to media arts and studies, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I'm going to minor in it instead. So I started minoring in media arts and studies.
Nice.
So that's been fun. I'm taking a media literacy class right now, which is kind of neat. But yeah.
That's crazy. I think I'm minoring in marketing because with my field at least, there's a lot of correlation within marketing. But if I don't like marketing, then I can obviously just go for my graduate work in some sort of,
right.
Actual psychology stuff,
Mm-hmm. I think I'm sticking with CS because it pays well and I like doing it. But also MAS is cool too, because if I get a minor of it and for whatever reason I want to take a job in that, I can be oh, but I did some schoolwork with it. And they'll be you're hired or something like that. I don't know.
That is true. That's why I'm doing the marketing thing. But
smart.
The reason why I switched from computer science was just because I actually despised it. I wasn't bad at it by any means. I was pretty good at coding and everything, but I just hated the idea of me wasting my life away on a keyboard. I mean, this is ironic, right? You're watching this right here, right now, but just coding something that I don't know. It just never felt like I just never liked it. And yes, the paycheck is fat as fuck, but does that mean
it's kind of nuts?
Does that mean my heart will be fat as fuck? No, it won't. That's the lesson I have learned.
It would be small.
It would be small. So
small and frail.
Small and frail, like a small broken child.
Like a little baby, like a little weak baby. Something like that.
Yeah, kick
a
him
little
while
weak
he's down.
baby. A little heart is gonna be small and weak, like a baby.
This so small and weak. All right, I guess it's time to start an intro. We've just kind of rambling.
Oh shit! All right, hey guys, welcome back to the Good Enough Podcast.
Welcome back to the Good Enough
Guest,
Podcast.
Grant.
Oh, you're hosting now? All right, I'll sit back.
I'm the host.
I'll sit back.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, new music. What we've been listening to lately?
Oh, bro. Okay. So, welcome back to another discussion. It's been about a year and a half since I've done one of these. I think my last guest was a Page for Music Chads back in June of 2021. But anyway, I am here with YouTube funny man, Luke on Demand.
Hey guys, I make joke.
He makes jokes.
How's it going?
One singular joke.
Yeah, just one. That's all you need.
So yeah, we already got the joke done beforehand. So I think. All right, that was Luke on Demand. Thank you guys for watching.
Very serious conversation from now on.
So about Ukraine.
Oh shit, man! I don't know what's happening.
Thank you for joining me, Luke. It's been a great time to have you.
Hell yeah! I really want to really want to get good enough podcasts into more political talk, because me and Jackson will like very briefly mention it, just to be like, oh, isn't it crazy that that's happening? And then we never stick on it because our podcast is not meant to be political at all. But I really want to start talking politics because I want to see if there's anything Jake knows, because Jake knows nothing about politics.
That sounds like, right.
Literally
for Jake.
Nothing.
That sounds right.
For Jake. Literally, he knows nothing. It's like a running joke that every time we bring it up, he's like, I don't know who that is. He just pretends to be Republican. So that's great.
You know, what if you had like cutaway gags for like different political like spiels or whatever? Kind of like you say like, man, isn't this something that's happening? And just cut away to like some sort of like skit or whatever.
Like a Family Guy joke?
Yeah, like a Family Guy cutaway gag or something like that. I don't know.
Be like, holy crap, Jackson, this is almost as bad as the time Ron DeSantis did that thing. And then it like cuts and it's like, I'm like, I don't even fucking know. Family Guy.
It's just Ron DeSantis like just passing some bill that's bad or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like political humor.
It would just be such like a redundant joke though, because I wanted to like every cutaway to not even be like a gag, but like an actual like documentary like clip of like something.
It's not even a joke.
It's not even a joke.
It's not even a joke. It's just actually what's happening in the world.
Like you have like this upbeat like podcast where like you guys are talking about random miscellaneous shit, and it's like, man, it just almost reminds me of the time when I almost got executed over in Syria, and then it's just like
that would be
like a 45-minute long documentary.
I really want to do an episode of the podcast where we're just insanely serious the whole time, and people think it's a joke, but it's like not, and we're like talking about like our deep existential fears of like abandonment and like never finding love. And like, and just all that stuff, and then we end it off and we go like, yeah, and then the theme music starts playing and it's super happy and stuff.
Like, would you be able to keep that up for like an hour? Like, would you be able to?
I think we would start laughing because we'd be like, this is not normal. Like, this is not normal.
Like by the end of it,
that's not what we make balls jokes every episode. That is not like.
It's not normal, I know, but like it's like by the end of it, like Jake or someone is starting to cry or whatever, and then like it just ends.
I think Jackson is the only one that's really cried on the podcast, but it was never like, it wasn't anything serious. It was because someone made a joke and he just starts tearing up because it's funny or something.
Gosh, okay, I have to ask this because this is honestly one of my questions that I wanted to ask to like one of you guys. Is like, does the fact that he is like related to Regan Burns like kind of still shock you?
I mean, I think less so now that I've literally slept in his house and like shook his hand and like hung out with him for a week and like went on adventures with Regan Burns.
Yeah.
Because it kind of, I mean, obviously it's funny to be like the dad from Dog with a Blog, but at this point, like, I would just say it's my friend's dad. Like, it's pretty normal.
I get that. It's just like from an outsider's point of view. Like I remember.
Oh
like,
yeah, but well, we hype it up on the podcast because obviously it's like to a fan perspective, that's hilarious to be like, oh, Dog with a Blog dad or whatever. That's why we still make jokes about it. But
like
if I'm being honest, the guy, I mean, he's just like a normal guy to me now. I mean, when we first learned, it was fucking holy shit. That that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember on the I was watching the podcast happen, and when that information
it's the
was
first
revealed,
episode we ever did, and Jackson had not told us before that, and we were like, "Oh yeah, dude!"
Like I remember that, and I remember when I did my Black Country New Road video with Jackson, I was telling kids around my school, guys, I got the son from the father of Dog with a Blog.
I got the son, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, who is he?"
Holy shit, it's the son. I just pull out like a pocket star or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I remember I told like people when I was promoting the Black Country New Road video, I was just like, yeah, I got the son of the dad from Dog with a Blog, like on my YouTube channel. And they're like, that's such a niche fact, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
No, it's incredibly niche. Like anytime I explain that, I'm like, yeah, I know the son of him, but
Yeah.
not like the son from the show, like the real
but like
son.
the actual son of the actor. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not weird for me anymore.
Obviously
it's just
not, yeah.
funny. It's just a funny joke. Yeah.
I just think it's so bizarre to like think about, but like, gosh, you guys been keeping good enough like podcast going strong for like a while.
Yeah, sorry I'm on a good enough kick right now. I think it's just because we put our award show out yesterday. Hashtag ad.
Plug. Description. Let's go.
But my mind's been on that for like a while because we've had so much work to do for like end of year, like celebratory. Like we had the 100th episode.
Yeah.
We had the award show, which I mean was fucking 2 hours long this year. Last year it was only one.
It was
so. Yeah, so a lot of work has been put into the end of year stuff. We're gonna go on like a 3-week hiatus, I believe.
Yeah.
Except if you're on our Patreon, we're gonna keep updating that. That's not a plug. I hate to plug on other channels, but
guys, go subscribe to LukeOnDemand's Patreon.
I just think it's pretty cool, and I'm happy we've been consistent with it. It's very because people seem to like it, so I think that's cool.
Because like even with like my own podcast that I had for a while, like I only kept that going for like such a long time.
Yeah, Jake made a joke about it at the beginning of the award show. He was like, "Yeah, did you know most podcasts end at episode 32?" And I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, that's a fact I just made up," or something like that.
Yeah.
But even though he was joking, like that is true. So many people quit podcasts like out of nowhere and just don't keep them going. Even like big YouTubers do that.
Yeah, because if obviously if it doesn't get the numbers they want, or like maybe they just don't enjoy it, like they're obviously going to drop the project. So
yeah, I think a lot of people like the aspect of a podcast, but then they try to do too much with it. Like for example, do you know Ryan Beard and Nick is Not Green?
Yes, I do. Them? Yes, I do know.
Yeah, so they had a podcast. And the whole bit was like they were pretending to be like evangelic, like I don't know. There's like weird like cult thing, and it was like a weird like cult theme, but they just like talked, and that's all it was. But they had these like robes and stuff, and people that came onto the podcast would also wear robes, and it was very gimmicky, and it was cute. But like literally they got 7 episodes in, and then Ryan was like, "Yeah, I don't think I want to do the podcast anymore," and then he left.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, like I feel like when you put too much effort into that's a bad thing to say. I put a ton of effort into my videos, and you do too, and a bunch of other people do.
Yeah.
And that's fun. But when it's something like a podcast where you're going to be talking for an hour, that might get a little exhausting, which is why I kind of love that we don't try.
Yeah. Like, that's what I love about the Good Enough podcast is it's just so, like, freeform in thought. I just love how it, like, shifts. It's great. I just love seeing your guys' dynamic.
I hate, well, thank you. The one thing I don't like, it's not the podcast itself, it's describing the podcast to people, because I have to say, oh, well, it's me and 2 other music YouTubers, and we have a podcast. And so then they go, oh, do you guys talk about music? And I'm like, no.
No, yeah.
Originally, yeah, maybe. But
and then it just deviated more and more and more. And then you got like your own inside jokes. You got your whole like bits.
That's the thing that I think is funny. Is like people like were messaging me that don't follow the podcast that were like, whenever I promoted the like the voting thing for like funniest moment for like Good Enough of 2022, people were messaging me and they were like, I thought this was a music podcast and there's a thing about like a Drake's condom or like Sissy Hypno. What's happening right now? And I'm like, you guys just have to watch it. You want to get it.
Like you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand. You're not in the know.
Yeah, you're not in the know. We're the most niche podcast there is.
It's
and
great
only
though.
The people that get it. I mean, I'm happy people like it. It's one of those things where you think people wouldn't like it because it's very out there at points, but I think that's what draws people in. So
like,
that's kind of neat.
Especially like the intro bits. Like some of them are like extremely elaborate. Like some of them, like I remember like
that's my favorite. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. That's like my favorite thing we do.
Like
the intros.
It's so funny because I remember one of them of like just Jake running through the woods and then he just runs back into his room and I'm like, what the actual fuck? I feel like the audio listeners who would be listening to it on their own would be like, what?
Yeah, they just have no clue what's happening. I think that's kind of expected though at this point that there's like an intro gag, and if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out. I love the intros because some weeks it's literally just us like burping and then that's the intro.
Yeah.
And then other weeks it's like 3-minute long like skits that like one of us is just like, guys, I got the intro this week, and then we just film everything ourselves like at home.
Or like Peter Griffin calls you and asks you to make a full-on plot of Family Guy within an hour.
That was episode 100. We were really proud of that idea. We thought it was funny.
Like, I mean, yeah, it was. I enjoyed my time with it. I loved, especially reading listening to the cast rating personally. That
was a last minute decision. Actually, we were
Really?
like, oh, we should probably add this to the end.
Like a Comic-Con like booth press, whatever. Yeah, just see.
It's such a dumb idea. It's so fucking stupid,
but it's so great.
It's so dumb. That's
so
what
great.
I like. Is like I can just do like, or I keep saying but we, like me, Jake, and Jackson. The podcast has been a way for us to do like our dumbest ideas, and we just do it on the podcast, and it's very freeing because on I've talked about this before, but like on my channel, it's very like storyline heavy, like it's skit heavy. And the podcast, I can just sit down and make dumb balls jokes once a week. Mm-hmm. It's very nice to just have like a shit post. Well, I don't even want to call it like a shit post because we still try.
It's not. There's quality behind it. Like there is quality behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like what I was gonna say was mainly like I could tell like in other aspects of your content, like you're trying to like find like sort of like an escape from that through the Good Enough podcast. So you're trying to like reinvent like other different sides of like your talent in a certain way.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like LukeOnDemand is very like analysis heavy. Sometimes it's very story heavy, and I need to like have acting chops and stuff like that. And sometimes and the Good Enough podcast, I try. It depends. Some weeks I want to go on there and do a bit where like all my jokes are dry or something like that, and then some weeks I want to go and do a bit where I don't even know. A lot of the time the bits come naturally throughout the episode, and then we joke about it that way. So.
Yeah, that's the best way, because like when I was doing a podcast with Adam back in the day, it's like all we ever did was come up with like a central topic and then just develop it more and more and more, and then so many people like adored it for some reason. Like it was just so simple. It was literally just two bros recording a podcast.
I think simple podcasts are the way to go. That's why I hate not to crap on them, because I'm sure they're good people, but that's why I don't like the NFR, or is it NFR or
yeah, it's NFR.
NFR podcast, because it's just like feels very robotic. Like they have all of their things pre-planned out, and it's like, so this album you've never heard of, Drake's "Take Care." I'm saying it's a classic, and then the other guy's like, yeah. I also think it's a classic. It's a great, and they talk so unnaturally, and I don't get it. It's good for TikTok clip like content,
yeah, or like YouTube Shorts or whatever.
It's not good for full length podcast, in my opinion, because it does not feel natural at all. It feels like I'm listening to like an ad read, but it's the whole thing. So
that's an amazing description, because it just feels like there's no personality behind it. It just feels like two dudes just agreeing on like agreeable topics.
Yeah, and look, I'm not crapping on them all, and people like their podcast obviously, and they seem like good dudes. I was actually gonna listen to their thing they did with Fantano just because I was interested.
Yeah, I saw that in my feed.
He normally doesn't do podcasts, so I was like, I'll probably check that out. I bet they're good. It's just not for me personally.
Yeah, it's probably quality. It's just I feel like there's like
I'm not saying it's not quality. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not quality. I'm just saying, me personally, I look for more like loose podcasts where you're there for the personality and not the content mainly.
Exactly. That's how I think. That's why I think Adam and I loved what we were doing back when we did our podcast. And unfortunately, it's been just so hard with scheduling and everything, because he lives like 5,000 like states away from me, and he has like his own thing going on. He's a junior in college and everything, so it's like so hard to like get shit done with him, especially when he's doing so much time into like making like very high level like videos, like very high level, high production value skits and whatever. Like he's been on the up and up for sure. So it's just like we barely talk anymore, but it was a great time.
It happens. You know? It happens. Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm happy the podcast has lasted so long, because we're not going to, but even if we quitted tomorrow, like we've gone for so long, and I know Jackson and Jake so closely now that like we're definitely gonna be friends like for forever, essentially, which is great. That's good to hear, because I think if we did like 13 episodes and we never met in person and we quit, we probably would have been like, all right, that was fun, and then that's it. So
what was it like to meet all of them in person?
It was pretty cool. I mean, this sounds weird, because normally whenever it's like, oh, I met my internet friends and traveled 3,000 miles to go meet them, right? Normally it's like, oh, it was kind of weird in person, or like they were way different than I thought they were going to be. They were literally it was as if we were had been doing it for years already, you know? Like the first thing we did, we hopped in the car and then we just started talking about the album we were talking about on last week's podcast.
Really?
And like just a normal conversation. I think it was like we were talking about Injury Reserve. We listened to Injury Reserve. We went to In-N-Out Burger and just ate food. Like it was the most casual thing in the world.
That's pretty epic. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, it was a very casual meetup. Like, you know, wasn't awkward at all, which is good. Because it would have been really funny if, like, we go and meet them and, like, one of them ends up, like, Jackson ends up being, like, an asshole in real life. And I'm like, oh, no. This is so bad. What are we going to do? But, no, it wasn't the case at all. They were great. It was very normal.
Yeah. That's good. My experiences meeting online friends were not normal. For sure. Not because, like, they were bad people or anything. Far from it, actually. Like, it's just the weirdest circumstances occurred when I met them.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's fair.
No joke. Like, do you know Kate Eric? Like, the musician?
Yeah.
Him and I were, like, our Discord. We met on Discord and everything. He runs the Mike the Snare Discord server along with I. He's, like, the administrator, or, like, the admin on it. I met him in a 100 Gex mosh pit. Like,
that is so... That I love that, dude. That's awesome.
Like, no joke. Like, we went and saw 100 Gex, like... without telling each other at all. Like, we barely talked online and everything until that point. Like, I see him and I'm like, huh, that guy looks familiar. I get up closer to him, like, oh shit. And I tap on his shoulder. He doesn't recognize me until I say my name. And then he's just like, oh shit. Like, things like went down. It was crazy. And I think like Stupid Horse was playing as well. It was fucking weird.
That's funny.
It was so surreal.
That has to be very surreal. Like, you just like... Yeah.
Like, it was so surreal. And then the second person I met was Tyler of the Cornballs.
Yeah.
Because he texted me saying, oh yeah, you know, I just moved to this random town and it was my hometown. So I was like, okay, we're meeting up. And it was that, like, just that quick, you know? He was great. He was great to hang out with, honestly. So about new albums of this year, have you listened to anything that's come out this year so far?
No, I'm just kidding. I have. I've heard a few things. Hold on, let me pull up my list.
Oh.
I heard Macaque. It's like a drone album called Balance. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I've heard an album by Metal Room called Oxidized Archive.
I heard that too.
It was all right.
I gave it a 5.
It wasn't like yeah. I mean, it's very like what I know they make music for Ina, if you know what that is, like the YouTube animated series. It's fucking
really?
awesome. Yeah, they make music for that and it's cool. I thought it was all right. I mean, there were a couple really good songs and everything else was just like, you know.
Yeah, like I like the second song a lot. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but like I like the second song a decent bit.
Yeah.
That was like my first album I listened to of 2023, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've listened to 10 so far already.
See, that's good. I wanna listen to more music this year. I have to listen to a lot of music for my job because I work at a radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just do it on my own time instead, which would be kind of nice.
That honestly, like 2022 was such a bad year for me personally. Like listening to music, I listened to like less than half of what I would usually listen to in a given year, mainly because it was just like it was such a busy year. I graduated high school, like so much shit was happening. So I was like, I'm gonna make 2023 the year I listen to like 200 albums or something crazy, you know?
Hey, I mean, yeah, go for it, dude. I want to listen to. I think the thing that irks me whenever I listen to music is there's kind of this demand, especially when you're on LukeOnDemand. There's this weird demand whenever you're like a music YouTuber to be fully like caught up on like new music and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's so much music that came out in previous years that I haven't heard. And so whenever that's why I don't do end of year list, like I don't do any of that stuff. But yeah, I think that's why I'm happy like on my channel, like whenever I talk about music, it's not like new album reviews or something like that. It's always like just what I'm feeling at that
I think that's what also makes your
time of
content
day.
unique is because it's like you have like this it really shows your personality on what you cover and what you're passionate about through the type of topics that you discuss.
Yeah,
on your channel.
or lack of passion, sometimes anger.
That is true. Well, I mean, it's still passionate. It's just in the other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of like
whatever has my attention that week musically is what I'm talking about. So
yeah, instead of like like oh I love and adore Black Midi yada yada. It's oh my gosh I am so fed up with J. Cole yada yada shit like that.
Right.
Like you're still passionate about whatever you're talking about. It's just
so many people have asked me to make a new Black Midi video about Hellfire. I kind of want to, but at the same time, that video kind of Black Midi'd me out. So it might be a while until there's a Hellfire video. Just because.
Yeah.
I mean, God, like it took so long to make that video, and I've had like trouble keeping it up. Like it was not copyright claimed at all, and then it was, and it got blocked worldwide temporarily.
That was stupid. Yeah, I remember hearing
it was
about
stupid because the video had been up for like half a year at that point. I don't know why they decided to take it down at that point. Plus, it's not like I was playing any of the music. It was literally just like 10 seconds of a music video.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't anything like just like explicitly like this is my content or whatever. Yada
right.
Yada. Like you.
My new season goal is to not get copyright claimed once. So that's the goal.
When it comes to
from now
on.
I
mean, when it comes to like music related content in general, like if you're gonna show clips as well, like it's extremely hard because of how
it's difficult. That's why I kind of tried testing myself with the new video, the newest video as of the time of this being recorded, the vinyl collecting video that I made. I intentionally made that the first episode because I wanted to see how much I could get away with just filming on my own instead of relying on like records or music videos and stuff like that. Like I wanted to film my records instead of just looking up videos on YouTube of someone going to a record store or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think that adds a bit more of a personal aspect to it if I'm filming everything, and also less copyright. So that's fun.
Yeah. It's just like I've noticed like I mean my videos have gotten claimed but never like what's it called like stricken down or anything because of like for example my Quadeca video, like obviously I was playing like chunks for like transitional purposes of the footage and the songs accompanying them, so of course that's gonna get flagged. And then there's other instances where I've had like full videos like actually like I had to take out all the audio, I had to do everything like
sucks, dude.
Like so much of I actually recently privated my most popular video.
About the wall?
Yes, I privated it like a bit ago because I wasn't really proud of that video, and also because it's just like it was like getting so much like. Do you know how many dislikes were on that video?
How many?
The majority of them were dislikes. So I had like 60 likes and I had like 90 dislikes.
Oh man.
For like
well, that was also when you were like young too.
Yes, okay,
so,
I was 13 and I wanted to like kind of like, like I'm going to distance myself from this a little bit, and then I also privated my Kanye video.
All right, well that's kind of like it's kind of self-explanatory.
Not only that, but there was also like sections of the video that got claimed to shit. Like, it was not
that
even
too.
funny. But
I think that's one of my fears, because like LukeOnDemand is very much like each video has something to do with a storyline. So I want to make sure it doesn't get taken down, because if a video gets taken down and it's out of order in the story, like that fucking sucks, and I don't want that to be the case. And I don't want to have to re-upload it later and it be like, oh, well, this isn't a new video, this is an old video actually, and I just changed it. Like, that's so lame. I don't want to do that.
It is, and that just shows like how like bad and like fucked up YouTube's copyright system is at times.
I'll say it. I think copyright law is dog shit to begin with. I just hate it. If you wanna use someone else's work to change it artistically, you should be able to do that for free, and you should not have to worry financially or artistically whether your video will get taken down or not.
I completely agree, because like, and there's also like such a like miseducation on copyright like law as well.
Yeah, like so many people just don't understand it. Yeah. Like so many like especially like for like music organizations, like they will just take down a video because you have a music video in it, but that's not copyright law. Like that's just using it for a different context, which is what copyright law in the US at least accepts. So it's like, a little bizarre.
Like, fair use is when you're using the clip, like music criticism, for example. A lot of it is based off of like using clips and everything to demonstrate like some criticism. That is exactly what fair use, like, is allowing us to do. But obviously, with just general big companies and big record labels who can detect like the song is in your video or whatever, they'll just strike you down no matter what.
Yeah. Well, you want to hear the dumbest thing, and this might actually be because it's in the title. But, on my second channel, how I put up basketball shoes, but it's only my voice?
No, already?
It got copyright claimed as soon as I uploaded it because it used the same melody as basketball shoes.
Really?
That's real. Yeah. I mean, I didn't care. I didn't want to make money off of that anyway. That's why it's on my second channel. I'm not even a part of the YouTube partner program yet. It's probably because I don't upload enough. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to make money off of that anyway, but I just thought that was pretty funny that like it's entirely my voice and it's still copyright claimed for whatever reason.
That reminds me of when I did a cover of a Sufjan Stevens song, and they copyright claimed me as well back in 2019.
Really?
For a cover where I'm clearly saying this is Sufjan Stevens' song.
Yeah. That's so bizarre. It's weird.
It is so bizarre. And by the way, they just announced the artist at the festival. They just announced it. It's 5EO fucking Foreign. What the shit?
For context, Grant before this was trying to guess his school's artist thing or whatever that was coming to perform at his school, and he thought it was Baby Keem for the longest time. And it was not.
I'll have to explain this because it was so fucking stupid and just incompetent on the marketing team or whatever. Because, okay, first off, they send a fucking hint that is the Statue of Liberty. And I'm like, okay, trademark USA. It's a trademark of the United States, the Statue of Liberty. Perfect first one and everything. The second hint is the country of Colombia. So then I'm thrown off. I'm like, what? The country of Colombia? They take it down 2 minutes later. And the reason I thought it was because if you look on the Melodic Blue track list, there's a song called South Africa, and Colombia is a South American South American country. So I was thinking to myself, okay, my university must have fucked up continents. It makes sense totally. A big budget university fucks up the continent of a country. So I'm like, okay. Then the third hint, which I said was Say My Name by Destiny's Child, that's what threw me off. And I was like, okay, it's still probably Baby Keem, though. It was 5EO Foreign.
Well, what does a Say My Name have to do with 5EO Foreign?
I don't know.
Go to Google. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up 5EO Foreign. Say my name.
Also,
hold on.
Who listens to 5EO Foreign? Hold on.
He has a song called "What's My Name" featuring Coi Leray.
Oh, I can tell that's not gonna be the best. I don't know. Hold on. How many people listen to 5EO Foreign in general?
My favorite 5EO Foreign lyric is when he's like shitting, pooping, shitting, pooping. You know what I'm talking about?
Shit, yeah. I only know him from fucking. I hate to say this, but I know him only from Donda.
That's okay. He had the best verse on that fucking song. It was crazy.
Like, he went off, but like that's the only thing I know him from because I've never really checked out his stuff because I was just kind of like,
yeah.
I never had the time to, but I guess people listen.
It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that I was such a hard Donda defender in retrospect, isn't it? I fucking loved that album, and I still do, but it's like, it sucks.
What sucks is like, especially when like, you know, like celebrities get like harsh allegations against them and you own some of their music as well, like actually own it. That's when it just like, it's like, oh fuck.
The only Kanye vinyl I even own is Kid See Ghost, but I'm kind of okay with that because it's mainly a Kid Cudi album, if we're being honest.
The thing is like, I own Kid See Ghost and I also own The College Dropout. So it's like, yikes. And on a different artist at least, it's like, I also own the Daughters album, You Won't Get What You Want. So and this was like a few weeks before the whole lingua ignota thing happened. And I just kept staring at my record. I'm just like, oh my god, like it was I can't believe I did that. I support an abuser.
How would you know? I mean, you would never know.
I mean, if you listen to the music in retrospect, it really is a little alarming. But
I mean, how do you think I feel when people buy my music off of Bandcamp? I'm like, man, geez. Anyway. So, not going to clarify.
Not going to clarify. Whatever. I've
bow, bow. Pow, pow, pow. Jokes.
I've debated making a video about, like, separating art from the artist, but I feel like now, like, my opinions are so, like, far removed now, especially with the whole, like, revelations about Kanye, that where, like, I'm like, well, shit, I probably can't make the video anymore.
All right, well, I feel like that's an interesting topic, though, like, separating the art from the artist. Like I had to... Earlier this year, back before they were proven false, the fucking Rex Orange County allegations.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, no way, I can't believe this. Like Rex Orange County was supposed to be, like, Apricot Princess was supposed to be a core aspect of the Season 2 storyline for LukeOnDemand. And I had to write that out. And,
wow.
So now, not only is that written out, but also they were proven false, so I could have just done it anyways.
And speaking of, I guess, Luke on Demand, are you finishing up an episode now currently or anything?
So I'm working on new videos and stuff like that. I was going to be working on the skit. The reason the main storyline, or I guess main season episode hasn't come out yet is because I was in the process of working on a skit. But I think I'm going to save that for another time just because I want to, like, make it good and do it with a bunch of people. So yeah, I think I'm just right now I'm just finishing up the script for my new video. Once that's done, it's gonna be on my Patreon a week early, and then it will go out publicly after that. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on.
Yeah, because like you uploaded the video, like your last video, about 2 months ago, and I've just been like, "This is great. I want more." You know?
Yeah. So. No. Yeah. I 100% will be getting more videos out. I just need to get into a groove. Plus, you know, starting a new semester of college has been, you know, all that.
Trust
Obviously,
me,
I have
understand that. Yeah.
Real life. Yeah. College is crazy, dude. See, when you're just working a job, I feel like it's a lot easier because then it's more like I can do this after work or something like that. School is like kind of a full-time thing. Like, you're always doing school. So you're kind of having to you're going to have to work around that at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No joke, because like, especially if you're like dorming on campus as well, like you're kind of like just here permanently practically for like a set amount of time.
Yeah, well, I'm in my own apartment, but it's also really close to campus, so I still feel like I'm at school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. It's just like, Especially when like you're around like so many different people, like the social aspect of college as well. It just distracts you a lot, and like you have so much other stuff to do on top of. Especially if you work and you're also in school, like everything just starts piling on top of each other to where like you can't get a lot of stuff done. That was my main dilemma with uploading videos like last year. I only uploaded like 4 videos in 2022, mainly because I was graduating high school. And then
that's rookie numbers, dude. To try uploading 3.
You uploaded 3 in 2022?
I uploaded the J. Cole video, my Q&A, and vinyl collecting.
Oh my god, you did.
But hey, I mean, they all did well, so like that's cool.
We also put like a monumentous amount of effort into them. Where I mean, I put effort into mine obviously, but it's like you had like scripting, like shooting, like you had like these movie length long episodes as well. So like
yeah, fucking J. Cole was an hour 20 minutes long. Remind me to never do that ever again.
It's longer than The Emperor's New Groove.
Is it actually?
It is. Yeah.
That's such a funny fact. I'm going to start saying that every time I mention that video. I'm going to be like, yeah, did you know I have a video longer than The Emperor's New Groove? And then they would go like, whoa, how long is that? And I'd go, I don't know. I know it's longer.
Yeah, The Emperor's New Groove
like, that's fucking crazy.
The Emperor's New Groove is like an hour and 16 minutes, I think.
It's longer than movie. I know it's longer than Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is like a historically short movie. Like I think Romeo and Juliet is literally only like I think it's literally like an hour long. Oh, no, I take it back. It's an hour 24 minutes.
Ooh, you're 3 minutes shy. That was 3 minutes shy.
Damn. Yeah, I'll count it. Because I bet the credits are longer for Nomeo, so I'm gonna say it's the same length personally, content wise.
Maybe. I've not watched Romeo and Juliet, so I would not.
It's not good.
You've seen it?
They used to play it at my school all the time, so I'd have to watch it. Yeah, like
why?
Because they would just be like, "Oh, what's a G-rated movie? It's dumb," so they would just play it.
At least my teachers had taste when putting on movies. My God.
I mean, I brought in B-movie one time to watch when I was in elementary school. I was like, can we please watch this? And they were like, it's PG. We're not allowed to. I was like, that's silly.
Isn't that like a weird thing? Is like you have to be in high school to watch PG movies?
Yeah. I don't get that. Like
it's such a weird thing. Because like, I think I've only watched like one PG-13 movie in high school, and I can't remember what it is.
And plus you had to get like permission to watch it too.
Yes, you had to like sign like a document. Your parents had to sign it as well. It was like such a big deal for some reason.
I don't understand why that is such like a big thing. I wonder if kids have to get permission to watch LukeOnDemand videos in school. Oh.
Like you see the kid like pulling out their like phone and everything, but a watch is like, oh no. Like your parents signed for this one.
Your parents need to sign so you can watch the J. Cole video in class. All right.
But you censor out the swear words. So like
yeah, I censor out the big boy ones like shit and fuck.
Should I censor
mainly because I think it's funny? Effect? I think it's funny. I think it's funny when you censor it out.
I should just censor it now, like in the actual podcast, just to like add continuity with the LukeOnDemand universe.
Well, that's the thing is if there's ever a collab that I'm doing, this is LukeOnDemand lore for you. If there's ever a collab and I'm in a different video, if I'm censored, it's canon. It's canon.
Okay, so this entire interview is now going to be canon then. That's going to be great.
Oh my fucking god. Holy fuck shit come. Yeah, censor all that out.
Censor all.
Bitch. Yeah.
Like,
my editing demon.
Oh yes. Oh god, I realized how much I'm actually going to have to do for this. Okay, but it would also only be your swears and not mine. I'd be able to say fucking shit, and it'd just be you getting censored. That'd be
That's
great.
So funny.
That'd be great. I think that would work.
That'd be. I like that. Personally.
Perfect. It's now canon.
It's a good little bit. Yeah. What videos are you working on, buddy? I like hearing about your content.
I was gonna try to like stare off for like a bit, but okay, let's go for this. All right, videos. God. This.
This.
And yeah, okay, yeah. In all seriousness, I have a Black Country New Road video coming out because I wanted to talk about Ants Were Up There at some point in like some large capacity, mainly because I never got around to doing it because depression. So
Yeah.
I filmed it back in February of last year when it came out, and I had so many guests attached to it. I had like Tyler from the Cornballs, I had Kyle Reed, I had Baz, and I had like Jackson too. Like I had like all these guests. It was gonna be this huge thing, and I was so excited to drop it. But then I got depressed and I stopped working on it, and I lost all the video files. So
Man, that happens. I mean,
like, yeah, it all happened. I wish I still had like, oh fuck, shit.
Oh no! I'm off the face cam.
My back. Oh,
You're back. Oh my god! I thought you were meeting your maker for a second. Holy shit!
God said hello,
dude.
God said hello for just a quick second, and he looks like he did in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But
that's crazy.
Anyway, I wish I still had the Kyle Reed bit because like it was actually pretty good. I also wish I had Jackson's because no joke, Jackson used it for I think a midterm. Like his section, he used it for a midterm of his, and I'm like,
that's awesome.
That's pretty bad. It's like he put a lot of effort
into
it.
Film school motherfucker be like.
Film school motherfucker be like.
I had a section that I did for a collab that ended up never coming out. I don't know if you talk with him anymore because I know certainly I don't. But Ryan, remember Ryan?
Oh yeah. I keep in touch with him every once in a while. It's just he's very hard to get in touch with now.
Yeah, he was making a video where it was like he listens to every Chief Keef album or something like that.
I was in it too. I was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I made a little thing for that where I had to listen to the leak part 8 or something like that. It was something random. Or I don't remember what it was called. I think it was The Leak or something. The album was called. But it didn't really matter. The bit was like I was in my room reviewing it and I was about to review it, and then it cuts to like a different version of me on the other side of the room, like, wait! And I'm like, and he's like, Luke, I'm you for the future. Whatever you do not listen to The Leak or something like that. And it's like, because in the future, things are really bad after you listen to it. I mean, look at me, I'm wearing blue jeans now, or something like that.
Holy
and it's fuck. It's like a really dumb bit, but that never got put into a video.
Sadly,
so I think
never
I'm probably
surfaced. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably just I'll make my own version of that joke for LukeOnDemand, I think.
Yeah. That's so weird because like I also have like so many like just not released videos. Like I actually have like 2 unreleased episodes of this with
really?
Val and K-Man reviews that have never aired because I don't know. I just never got around to making them. There was some issues with the audio. A bunch of stuff was happening. So like, if they're watching this, realize it wasn't my fault. I would have posted them.
He hates you. No, he hates you.
But
he doesn't like you guys. Sorry, I had to be the one. Though.
You caught me. Thank you. Thank you for holding me accountable for this transgression. You know, it's just because I loved K-Man's especially because like he was just going in depth. He was so passionate, and I lost the file somehow. Like I looked through my audio and everything, and I'm like, wait.
That's actually so that's funny. When I first LukeOnDemand, my patrons know this because the videos are up on Patreon. But there were 2 LukeOnDemand videos before the series that we know now. Mm-hmm. It was one about Drake and it was one about James Blake. And I might redo a James Blake video because I like James Blake and I want to talk about his stuff more. But they were very not good. They were very bad. But they were public on my channel for like 6 months. But I ended up taking them down when I wanted to restart LukeOnDemand. And have a more like kind of retcon the series, have a better idea of what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I was going to make my 3rd video, and it was actually, this is a fun fact for you, it was actually 6ix9ine. Like my 6ix9ine video that I have for season 1. Yeah, you know how that's episode 3 of that or whatever? That was supposed to be episode 3 back when I first started. And I had finished the script, and I had voice recorded it, and I had done everything. But while I was editing, the Premiere file crashed, and so I was literally nine minutes into a 10-minute long video. I wasn't as fast of an editor as I am now, so it took me like multiple days to do it. The file crashed and I lost everything. So I said fuck it and I just gave up and I stopped doing it. Now if that happened, I would just edit it and just go with it. But back then that was literally like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. Like, that's such a demotivator, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I ended up just remaking the video a year later, and I used the same script and everything. So
you got around to making it again eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that's a plus. I'm happy about that.
I remember when I was first starting out YouTube, I did a gaming video. And I spent 4 hours editing it. Like,
I don't think I can imagine you doing a gaming video now.
Oh my god, I have edited.
Well, actually, I can see you doing a gaming content.
I did a video in 2020, 2 videos in 2020 relating to games. I played Valorant and a classic game called Bean Battle, for like shits and giggles and whatever. And
nice.
I hate those videos with all of my heart. So they're privated. Everything. I used to do gaming content. That's how I started out in 2016. I've used the same exact channel.
Have you? Yeah, I was gonna say, have you stuck to one channel this whole time?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right decision or not, but I'm sticking with it because I am super. Oh hey, like my roommate's here. Hello. I'm recording.
Hey, roommate.
Hey, hey, roommate.
I'm saying hi. Hi. Hey, what's up?
Oh, he's like Ash. He's like Ash.
Oh my gosh, it's a reference.
It's totally a reference. Where was I? Bleep. Yeah. I used to make gaming content back in 2016. I've stayed with the same YouTube channel. I've changed my name countless amount of times. Like I started off with I started off with Pixelated Mario, the OG username.
Yeah.
Then I went to Zaire, which I found was an African country, so I was like, maybe not. Then I went to, I think I just went with my name for a while, and then that was back when I was referred to as.
I think take it for granted that's a good username.
I think it's a great username too, but since my name is now Randy, I have to go by Taken by Randy. So.
Taken by Randy. That doesn't even work.
I
can't believe this.
I am now Taken by Randy.
Oh man. I mean, it happens. I mean, what can you do when you change your name?
Yeah, I am now Randy. Holy shit, what's happening? Why am I in the dark?
I think that's a nice thing if I ever wanted to just change my name for some reason, like Yeah. If I ever wanted to change my name to be I don't know. What would be if my name was Bartholomew?
Bartholomew.
I could be Bartholomew on demand. Yeah, I mean, it fits.
It does.
Jake and Jackson always mess with me because whenever I originally brought up that I wanted to do a gaming channel, I was like, guys, I could literally just do like my username is so perfect. I could just be a Luke on blank. I could be like Luke on gaming, and they were like, why wouldn't you be gaming on demand? I'd be like, oh shit, you're right.
That is actually a great point, but then that implies that your name is now gaming. So I think that causes a lot more continuity errors.
I think Luke on gaming is funnier anyway. Plus, I already did the bit where it was like vlog on demand from the vlog channel video.
That is my favorite episode. I will not get.
Is that your favorite episode?
That's my 100.
I was gonna ask
favorite episode.
That is your favorite. Why? Like why?
I don't know what it is, but I think the humor just hits me right here. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I also think the fight scene is fucking hysterical.
You know what's so funny about that? Whenever I got punched in the face, because the fight scene literally lasts 5 seconds. It's literally me going like being mean to my roommate, and then him punching me, and then me hitting my like closet door or something. You know what's funny? That closet door is still broken because of that.
Seriously?
To this day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
moved out of that when I say apartment. Wait, did I say apartment? No, my dorm room. Yeah, my dorm room because the guy who lived in it the year after me sent me a message. It was like, "Yeah, dude, this is fucking broken." And there's like a bend in it. And I was like, yeah, it might have been because I dramatically fell into it for comedic effect for a YouTube video. And he was like, okay, have a good day.
Like, no joke. So. I saw that clip and I was like, Jesus, that was an impact, all right. And like, not on you, but like the actual door, it's like bends. Yeah. You can see it.
You can see it. It's like a flimsy, like one of those like flimsy closet doors that dorms have.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't have one actually. I just have like, it's weird because I just have like metal bars that you can just hang shit on. It's very clinical. It feels like I'm in like some sort of mental hospital, especially with like the white padding on the wall.
You know what? You want to hear a fun fact about filming and stuff? Just a tiny fun fact. I filmed the vlog channel video 3 weeks before I left because I went to a boarding school. That was 3 weeks before I graduated. I had to film the entirety of J. Cole video and the entirety of Exposed in the 3 weeks after finishing that video. So everything for that was filmed, and I had to put on the back burner until it was finally time to edit and work on those videos. So
sheesh.
It's kind of crazy.
So you've had those like filmed for like a pretty long time before you started editing it, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane. Like
I think I was going to say, I think my favorite thing was whenever I made the Black MIDI video, I dropped it, and then I was like, guys, I got another video coming out in 3 days. And they were like, what? And then it was just like a 3-minute long skit for Exposed or whatever.
Yeah, gosh. I don't know. But like, I definitely think my favorite is the vlog channel one, because I just think like your skit videos, like even though obviously like they're the least substantive and I learned the least from them, they're just stupidly funny to me. Like your sense of humor is always like linked with mine very closely, just because I find a lot of the shit that you find funny. But also like, I don't know. I just think the way you edited it, the way you did it was very just superb and had great comedic timing throughout the entire bit.
I mean, that's good. That's good. I want to do more skits in my like main analysis video. I kind of tried doing that with the vinyl collecting video, which I hope you liked. I hope you liked that video.
I did. Yes, I loved it. It was great.
It seemed a lot of people really liked that one.
Yeah, it was great.
Which is good. A good start for season 2, I suppose.
For sure. Critics are raving.
Critics are going fucking nuts. They're losing their fucking mind.
Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 105%, and they're calling it the
guys,
greatest
can we
thing
put
since
Luke on
Citizen
Demand
Kane.
on IMDb? Can we put it on there? Can we put J. Cole video on Letterboxd as a film?
The real question is, can we put Luke on Demand sings basketball shoes entirely with his mouth on Rate Your Music? Can we do that?
Yeah, it's on Bandcamp.
Oh.
But technically it's under the Good Enough name on Bandcamp. I released it on the Good Enough podcast Bandcamp page.
Good Enough Records presents. I didn't buy that shirt. I didn't buy the shirt, and I'm so sad I didn't.
We're doing it. We'll do another one in 2023. It's okay.
Thank goodness, because I was like, that is such a cool design, and I was just broke as shit at the time. So I was like,
that's okay. That's okay. I got it on the last day because we have to buy the shirts as well. Yeah, that's the funny part about it, is because since we do it through Rawpaw, we have to also buy the shirts ourselves. So like Jake had to buy it, Jackson had to buy it, I bought it. It's funny.
That's my goodness. I have one question though about season 2. I don't know if this will be a spoiler or not. I just wanted to ask it because I'm intrigued. Will Ash be coming back?
I hate to break it, but no. Ash will not be returning, at least for the time being.
No! I'm destroyed!
What do you mean? It was the perfect send-off to his character.
It was, but
he reveals his name. He reveals his name, and that's. I mean, he's a mysterious character.
You're right, but like fan service.
If Ash wants to make a comeback, he can make a comeback. I don't know how I'd write him into the script though, because I feel like the crux of his character was always like, what is this guy up to? Like, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't convey emotion at all. The most emotion he conveyed up until he spoke was him collecting water bottles.
Water bottles with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most emotion he had ever showed. And then you get to the Exposed video, and you're like, holy shit, he can talk.
He's a person.
all the mystery goes away because he had just not been talking because he didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
I know, but like, gosh, I want there to be like a cameo in every season, like kind of like a Stan Lee cameo in a Marvel film, where it's just Ash doing something stupid in the background or whatever, or like getting like the center of focus for like 3 seconds, just saying something like completely obvious to the camera or whatever.
Hey, I'd love to. I think I'm happy. I think it's very funny that his character was so popular amongst people. Because quite literally, he did this. That's all he did.
It's iconic.
He didn't have any lines.
It's iconic.
I'm happy. I'm happy people liked it. I think I think I'm happy with the reception that the characters in my videos get, because a lot of the time it's just my friends acting in them. Mm-hmm. Like Repairman Man / Spencer.
Yeah.
Like people really liked his character.
Iconic.
People fucking loved Wilton. Was J. Cole fan or Vince. Like people ate his shit up, which I was very happy about. I thought he killed it.
I need to point something out. I predicted that J. Cole fan was V ever since like beginning of 2021, and you like were telling me like interesting theory, and I was proven fucking right a year later when you dropped the video. Like I was so misled when you said
well,
that.
The thing is funny is because I intentionally was like, yeah, I don't know who this guy, like J. Cole fan is. It's just some random dude. And I would say that to every, I said that to Jackson and Jake too. Like I didn't even tell them.
That's great. Like you kept up with the bit like for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to. It's a massive spoiler. Mm-hmm. So, I don't think there's going to be anything like that for season 2 where I have to be hush hush about it. Mm-hmm. Just because I don't plan on making a separate YouTube account and then having my friend act on it as a character for season 2. So people were asking me that because the season 1 finale, there's the bit where I got Punk Revolution Now to be a Lil Baby fan 1, 2, 3. People were like, is that going to be season 2? I was like, fuck no. That'd be such a lame storyline because you would already know what it is.
What's going to happen, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't do that. Like that was just a funny haha gag.
I've interacted with Punk Revolution Now one time, and it was the strangest interaction I've ever had in my life.
Well, what happened?
I swiped up and I said, "That's punk rock as fuck," and he just gave me like the rock emoji, and that was it.
Nice. I mean, whenever I messaged him on Discord, I don't know. I can't say I've ever interacted with him when he was out of character.
Is he ever out of character? Like,
who knows? And that's what's so beautiful about his content. Mm-hmm. I think it's an interesting thought experiment. I think
it's great. And just, are you following like his Instagram page and everything with the whole?
Yeah, he follows me. Yeah.
Like with the whole
follows me on Instagram.
The whole Arca podcast and everything.
Oh, I don't listen to their podcast. I know that's like unironic. Like that's not a bit. Like they actually are dating in real life.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because it's like they like started a podcast together called Based News Network, and I just think I don't even know because I remember I found Punk Revolution Now when he was like smaller and everything, when he was just like doing like weird, like just weird zany shit, but now he's like built in this like weird like very like anarchist like democratic like viewpoint into his character, and I think it's just such a weird evolution.
Well, Punk Revolution Now's character is so odd because at points he'll be saying the most base shit in the world, and then his character will be like, voting for Hillary Clinton is so punk.
It's so punk, bro.
And I'm like, this is obviously a bit. But then sometimes he says stuff like that is actually cool, but then he's also in character when he's saying it. So it's like, are you making fun of that too? I don't know.
And I think that's what makes it so good, is because you don't know when he's being serious.
All I knew is that I knew he would be the perfect troll character for Lil Baby 1, 2, 3, and that's why I got him.
On God, that's fucking great. I think.
Do you have other than Ash? Do you have a favorite character from?
Yeah, like the Repairman Man for sure. It was like always
you
my
think
favorite.
So?
Like it was always my favorite side character, because like you're just like broken down on a highway and he just comes out there thinking you're Scott the Wise, and I'm like, okay.
I kind of regret that joke, to be honest. I don't like referential humor in my videos. I think it's a very funny joke, but I also am like, well, if someone clicked on that video and they don't know who I am, they don't know the running gag that's like, oh, he's the Scott the Woz of music or something like that. With the fan base, then it doesn't make sense, and they think I'm just actually doing a Scott the Woz thing for the video. So, I do think it's a funny joke. I just don't like referential humor.
I get that because it can break the immersion sometimes and like leave.
Yeah, like that's why I'm not like oh, did you guys see this meme? And then I put like a meme edit in my video, and I'm like, what a meme that is. And I'm like, that's not. That's why I don't like Too Mad's videos. I don't think Too Mad is funny because Too Mad's sense of humor is not what Too Mad does. It's inserting a meme every 5 seconds. That doesn't make you funny. You're not funny because you like memes. You're funny because you can actually tell a joke and do something original and do something and like write your own humor or like be funny off the cuff or something like that. If all your content is just like mentioning memes, I'm not gonna think you're that funny. That might be a YouTube hot take. Sorry, it might be a YouTube hot take.
I'll bandwagon on the YouTube hot take real quickly because, look, I have ADHD and everything, but Too Mad's videos give me a fucking headache. Like from how like
I hate
they are.
I won't say I hate, but hyper edited videos are just not my style. Like LukeOnDemand is very like dry editing. And I do that intentionally to fit with the dry sense of humor. And it's very calm editing. And it's very... I mean, there are some hyper-edited points. But it's mainly for comedic effect. And it's not the entire thing.
That's the thing that I need to learn how to balance. Is because with my sense of humor, I don't know how to properly portray it onto film. Because it's so conversational. Like... Yeah. My sense of humor... It's just working off of other people's like insight and just saying the most zany shit based off of that and just seeing how far I can push the line. That's my sense of humor. That's why I think podcasts worked way better with my delivery, my flow. So when I'm doing a YouTube video where I'm just sitting here staring at a camera and I'm trying to write jokes or whatever, I can't write jokes. I don't have
some people are good at improv and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's me. And I wasn't even like a theater kid or anything. I just for some reason my brain just goes to places. That's why I think I'm having so much trouble with the fucking script I'm trying to learn, is because I am so prone to naturally just zoning off and going off into different tangents, rants, and everything. Like, I think my favorite bit I ever did, which I know Jeremiah mentioned it a little earlier today actually to me, was me ranting about a fucking album by Trippie Redd, which had Travis Barker on it, and it just it devolved into me ranting about ARTV for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's my humor. I just take things through conversation and just go with it and run with it. And that's so hard to display, especially when you're a solo content creator trying to create just a video with a structure, a set of jokes, yada yada, when you just can't write it out. That's my main problem.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think my thing is with how LukeOnDemand is formatted, I can't some improv can be done here and there, and how a line is delivered can be changed here and there, but jokes are very hyper specific in my videos and have to do with what's happening with the character or something like that. So it kind of requires a script.
Yeah. So. Well, yours is very much so very story driven. At the end of the day, you have an end goal you want to reach with your season, so you have to do everything you can to lead from point A to point B. And
exactly.
If that means story beats here, jokes here, yada yada.
Well, funnily enough, there are some things where a story beat has to be met, but the Minecraft video with Repairman Man, all the jokes, at least all the skits, fully improv. That's the only video I've ever done full improv for. And people seem to like it, so maybe fuck writing scripts for all my videos.
Yeah,
maybe I need to. Scripts. Yeah, maybe I need to do more improv. Who the fuck knows?
Destroy the establishment. Burn down Hollywood.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
This is so punk.
This is punk revolution,
dude. This is punk revolution now.
Now.
I I think I'm gonna have to end it here. But thank you, Luke, for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. This was truly a discussion.
This was totally a discussion with Luke on Demand. Roll credits.
Yeah, this is great. Yep.